For the obedience given to superiors is given to God. For if the disciple obeys with infinite not necessarily lips, but simply in his heart, then even though
Brother? You were somewhere you shouldn't have been. Don't you know your place? Don't you know where you're permitted to enter and where your presence is forbidden?
Very well, brother. I accept my punishment.
Now, show me what you have on you. I must confiscate anything that is not allowed in the monastery.
While I was locked up, someone was making quite a racket in the cellar. Blind drunk, I'm sure of it. I wonder what's been going on. I'm Gregor, a novice.
I know. I saw you at the ceremony. My name is Nebulus, and I'm the provost here. I'm in charge of the monastery's property, as well as handling trade with the outside world.
That means you get to leave the monastery?
No, not at all. I just write lists and send them out.
I'm here to work.
Excellent. I've been waiting for you. There's the alchemist's laboratory. You'll find ingredients in the chests next to it. Today's task, 2 cockerel potions. Once you finish them, you'll find me somewhere nearby. Don't forget to let me know when you're done so I can check them. Someone really reeked it.
Still like wine bottle in there. It's not the first time.
One that is soon gone. One that I doesn't check everyone's breath in the morning any sooner than that. Ah, Gregor, talk to me.
I finished my work.
Show me what you've made. Spectacular, Gregor. You've found your talent. Soon enough, you'll be teaching the other novices.
Peace be with you, brother.
Praise be to Christ, brother.
I found this piece of parchment. It looks like it's been ripped out of a book. Do you know what it is?
It appears to be a page torn out of Ovid.
Ovid? What is that? Is it the name of a book?
Not what, but who? Ovid was a great Roman poet. We have a few volumes by him in the library, but one of them vanished one day. Now I believe I can guess what happened. Brother Eustace, may the earth rest lightly on him, was quite narrow-minded when it came to classical literature. If a book had any mention of woman at all, he condemned it as a heretical work. If he'd had his way, all such books would have been burned. Ovid's The Art of Love must have been such a thorn in his side that he stole it from the library, tore it up, and hid the pages wherever he could.
Can you tell me something about the book?
The Art of Love is a sort of manual instructing young people how to find and maintain love. It's a lovely work. I don't understand what bothered Eustace so much about it, but as I was saying, he considered the book to be immoral and tore it up to stop it corrupting any of his brothers.
Where should I look?
If I knew, I wouldn't have asked you to do it. The pages of the book could be hidden anywhere, from the garden to the refectory.
Oh, would you like me to put the book back together again?
Absolutely. Eustace's wits weren't the sharpest, so I'm sure he didn't destroy any of the pages. I imagine he hid them throughout the monastery. It might take you a while to find them all, but when you do, you can rest assured Ovid will return to his rightful place in the library.
Good. I'll look around for it.
Thank you, brother. It's of no great importance, but if you can find all 10 pages, I'll be most grateful. What would you like?
I'm here to work.
Good. This is most likely the first time you've ever done this in your life. But it's easier than you think. Just a bit of practice and learning Latin. Here's the original, and here are the blank parchments on which you'll copy what you read in the original. Is that clear? Then you may begin, and try not to make a mess of it. Salve. Be well. Oh, this is quite inexcusable, boy. Can you even read? What do you desire, Brother Gregor?
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. Is it possible to learn something about the other novices in the library?
Only the abbot and the prior keep such records.
And can I see them?
No. The abbot writes and keeps his records in his chambers, and only he and the prior are permitted to read them.
Don't even look at our cabinet. It contains forbidden books. Talk to me, brother.
again at fixed hours in sacred reading. To that end, we think that the times for each may be prescribed as follows. From Easter until the calends of October. From when they come out from
I'm Gregor, a novice. I saw you at the ceremony.
I know. It was hard not to notice you.
And you are?
Lucas, also an...
silence, or if anyone may perhaps want to read, let him read to himself in such a way as not to disturb anyone else. Let none be said rather early, at the middle of the 8th hour, and let them again do what work has to be done until vespers. Weak or sickly brethren should be assigned a task or craft of such a nature as to keep them from idleness, and at the same time not to overburden them or drive them away with excessive toil. Their weakness must be taken into consideration by the abbot. The rule of Saint Benedict, readings on the spirit of silence. Let us do what the prophet says. I said, I will guard my ways, that I may not sin with my tongue. I have set a guard to my mouth. I was mute.
What troubles
and
you?
humble and kept silence even from good things. Here the prophet shows that if the spirit of silence ought to lead us at times to refrain even from good speech, so much the more ought the punishment.
I know you're
sin
pious,
to avoid evil
the man
works.
I've been looking for.
Therefore,
So you're
since the
finally
spirit of
sure?
silence is so important,
Tell me, Gregor,
permission
or
to
Carl,
speak
or whatever
should
your
rarely
true
be
name is.
granted even to perfect
What do you want to do
silence,
now?
even though it be for good, holy, edifying conversation. For it is written, in much speaking you will not escape
I should kill
sin.
you.
And in another
And why
place,
would you want to do that?
death and life
Because
are
that's
the
what they
power
told
of
you
the
to do.
tongue. For
Aye, I was a
speaking
bandit,
and teaching
and I was at
belong to the
Nyhof.
master. The
I've
disciple
robbed
are
and
to be
stolen,
silent to listen.
but I swear to God I've
That
never in my
is
life
the
slain
reason.
innocent
Ask the
people.
superior, it
What
should
I
be
saw at
asked
Nyhof
with
made me
all the
realize my
humility
life was
of
worth
submission
shit.
inspired
But I
by
still
the
had a
Lord.
chance to
But
change
as
for the better.
coarse jests and idle
Here in the
words or
monastery I've
words
had
that
plenty
lead
of
to
time to
laughter,
think things
these
over.
we condemn everywhere
But then
with a
you showed
perpetual
up
ban.
and fucked it all up.
For such
So the
conversation,
evildoer
not
changes his ways and
sight,
finds God.
open his mouth.
What exactly are you
The rule
proposing?
of Saint Benedict.
Both of us can leave this
Readings
place.
on the abbot.
You can go back to
Therefore,
your
when
people,
anyone receives
and I
the
can go
name of
somewhere
abbot,
where I can live out
he
my
ought to
life
govern
in
his
peace,
disciples with
and
a
no one will
twofold
try to
teaching.
kill me. If
That
we
is
work
to
together,
say, he should show
we
them
can
all
both
that
get
is
what we
good
want.
and holy, by his deeds even more than by his words, expounding the Lord's commandments in words to the intelligent among his disciples, but demonstrating the divine precepts by his actions for those of harder hearts and ruder minds. The
You're
abbot
right.
should always remember what he is.
But the people
and
who
what
sent
he
me
is
will
called,
find out if I
and
don't
should
kill
know
you.
that to whom
They won't
more
if we're
is
clever
committed.
about it.
From him,
No one
more
has to
is
die.
required. Let him
Before we make a
no
run for it,
distinction of
we'll make it
persons in
look
the
like
monastery.
someone's killed me.
Let him not love
Loads
one
of blood,
more than another,
a tattered scrap of my
unless it
habit,
be one whom
and
he
footprints
finds
leading
better
towards
in
the
good
river.
works or in obedience.
No one will bother looking
and
for my body
let him
there.
not shut his
There we'll
eyes to the
split up.
faults of offenders.
You go for
but
your bounty,
since he has the
and I'll get as
authority,
far
let
away
him
from
cut
here as I
out
can.
those faults by the roots as soon as they begin to appear.
Good.
Remembering the
Let's
fate
do it
of
your
many,
way.
the priest
Good.
Siler.
I'm
The
glad that
well
despite our
disposed and
initial
those of good
discord,
understanding,
we could
let
reach
him
an
correct
agreement.
with verbal admonition
Here,
the
take
first
something to
and
calm
second
your
time.
stomach.
But
Now we'll need the
bold,
keys to the
hard,
monastery,
proud,
and some
and
blood to make the
disobedient
tracks.
characters he should curb at the very beginning of their ill-doing by stripes and other bodily punishments. Knowing that it is written, the fool is not corrected with words. And again, beat your son with the rod, and you will deliver his soul from death. The rule of
And where am I supposed to get my hands on blood in a monastery?
You'll find a parchment in the kitchen with a list of ingredients on it. All the things they're ordering. Add blood for making soup to the list. And when it's delivered the next day, take it before anyone notices it's even come.
Here the prophet shows that if the
What are you gonna do?
silence ought to lead us at
I need to get
times
ready for a long journey.
good speech.
Prepare supplies,
So much
get
the
some
more
normal
ought
clothing
the
somehow.
punishment for sin
That sort of
makes
thing.
avoid evil work.
You can escape in that habit, but I need to vanish as
Therefore,
fast
since
as
the
I
spirit
can.
of silence is so important, permission to speak should rarely be granted even to perfect
What do I need the
silence,
keys to the
even
monastery
though it
for?
be good,
How else will we get
holy,
out?
edifying
This place is
conversation.
practically a prison.
For it is written,
Do you mean these
much
keys?
speaking, you will not escape
What?
sin.
I'm not going to ask you how you
Another
got your
place.
hands on those, you
Death and
devious
life
lad.
are in the power of the tongue. For speaking and teaching belong to the master. The disciples' part is to be silent and to listen, and For that reason, if anything has to be asked of the superior,
All right,
it should be
that's everything
asked
I need to
with
know.
all the
I can
humility
get
and
started.
submission
Excellent.
inspired
Come and
by
see me once you have
resolution.
everything.
But as for
And try to be as
coarse
fast as you
jests
can.
idle
And Gregor,
words or words that move to laughter,
thank you.
These we condemn everywhere with a perpetual ban. And for such conversation, we do not permit the silence of the
Peace be with you,
make
brother.
no distinction of persons in the monastery. Let him not love one more than another, unless it be one whom he finds better in good works or in obedience. And let him not shut his eyes to the faults of offenders, but, since he has the authority, let him cut out those faults by the roots as soon as they begin to appear. Remembering the fate of Heli, the priest of Silo. The well-disposed and those of good understanding, let him correct with verbal admonition the first and second time. But bold, hard, proud, and disobedient characters he should curb at the very beginning of their ill-doing by stripes and other bodily punishments, knowing that it is written, "The fool is not corrected with words." And again, beat your son with the rod, and you will deliver his soul from death. The rule of Saint Benedict. Readings on the abbot. Therefore, when anyone receives the name of abbot, he ought to govern his disciples with a twofold teaching. That is to say, he should show them all that is good and holy, by his deeds even more than by his words, expounding the Lord's commandments in words to the intelligent among his disciples, but demonstrating the divine precepts by his actions for those of harder hearts and ruder minds. The abbot should always remember what he is and what he is called, and should know that to whom more is committed, from him more is required. Let him make no distinction of persons in the monastery. Let him not love one more than another, unless it be one whom he finds better in good works or in obedience. And let him not shut his eyes to the faults of offenders, but remembering the fate of Heli, the priest of Silo. The
I've read one of the
well-disposed and
manuscripts
those
copied by
good
one of the novices.
understanding, let him correct
I think
with
I'm going to
verbal
cry.
admonition
Is
first
that
and second
touching,
time.
is it?
Proud and
Horrible,
disobedient
abominable
characters
waste of parchment.
curb at the very
People have no
beginning of
respect
their
for writing.
ill-doing by stripes and other
they'll
learn, knowing that it is written,
Praise be to our Lord Jesus.
That must have been rather so. Because they place all
Salve, be well.
Someone's been creeping around the corridor. Praise be our Lord Jesus. Someone really reeked at Matins.
You're right. It stunk like a wine barrel in there. And it's not the first time.
It's a mystery, but one that will soon be solved. It's a wonder the prior doesn't check everyone's breath in the morning. Then he'd soon get his man.
Peace be with you, brother.
God be with you. Salve Domine.